So anyway, back to the slats. So basically what I want to do is try and make a removable slat belt, because I like to have my Dalek uh, in various guises, because I think I might just use it for different things. I might repaint it occasionally. I might even do a slatless version paint job. But anyway, um, the trouble with the slats is that they're usually riveted straight on to uh, the upper collar, and that can be a bit difficult if you want to remove that upper collar and the mesh, or if you just want to retain the collar as it is and just have a sort of Dead Planet version Dalek, or that kind of thing. The other thing is a problem of painting the Dalek if the mesh is fixed to the upper collar. It's just a bit more hassle to try and get it all dismantled. So I'm thinking in theory that if I just have the mesh and the slats attached to each other using Velcro, that way I can just have the mesh belt just sitting, or just lightly fixed to the upper collar without it permanently being fixed, if you see what I mean. So I've got a nice reel of Velcro, and basically what I've done with this bench test mesh slat assembly is, as you can see, I've got the Velcro on the back of the slat already, and it seems to work quite nicely. There's very little movement, and also it's probably going to be a bit easier because of like attaching them without having to use the rivets. The trouble with the rivets is you have to use pressure to fix them to something like this mesh, and they don't completely flatten when they're on the other side, which is also another problem. So they will tend to stick out, I think. So I'm thinking maybe just sanding those flat with a Dremel, the rivets, getting them nice and flat on the back, so they'll just go flush onto the Velcro pads which are on the mesh, and yeah, just kind of do that basically, and then just make sure that it's all kind of nice and sturdy and fixed with a bit of pressure. And that, in theory, will hopefully give me a mesh slat assembly that I can take on and off as I wish, and it shouldn't come off under vibration. I mean, they are stuck quite well, so I think maybe that's the way forward with the mesh assembly. So I'm thinking that maybe that's the way to go. So like I say, I mean, it's just easier for me to do it this way with Velcro than to try and rivet them on. The other problem with trying to rivet them on is just trying to get any degree of accuracy. I mean, I would have to literally rivet them to the upper collar, and I really don't want to make things too permanent on my Dalek, just in case I need to change things later on in the future. There's a number of reasons why I don't really want to have a permanent mesh fixture at this point. So I think maybe that's the way forward. So I'm quite happy with the way this is working. So basically just some sticky back Velcro, and I think maybe that will do it. And I just got to do it for all the slats basically, and then basically just grind these rivets flat, make these rivets nice and flush when they go inside the slats, and then mainly they'll be just decorative rather than functional, with the actual Velcro being the thing that holds it all together. So I'm thinking maybe that will work. So I'm hoping. So later on, either today or tomorrow, I'll start working on that. I'll start flattening the backs of these rivets so they go flush into the slats, and and then sort it out with attaching them to the upper collar with a mesh belt, and hopefully that will be most of the aesthetics done. This would be the final part. There's also the part that took me forever to figure out, but I think under the circumstances of a wooden Dalek, I think maybe this is the best solution I can come up with. And also, if any of the slats get broken, at least I can just take them off and replace them quickly with some spares, with the Velcro, and other reasons. So there's multiple reasons why it's good to have detachable slats, I suppose, if you're using plastic slats like I am. So anyway, I'm going to start knocking up some Velcro slats in the next few days and see how it goes.